And welcome to another great KATcast. I'm Erin Hart, along with Mr. Jordan J., Kevin Hilly, and we have a special guest from across the pond, Mr. Dominic King from BBC Radio
Welcome,
Kent.
Dom.
Welcome, Dom. Welcome, sir.
Dom, by the way, what an honor. You are the very first guest on the KATcast.
That's amazing.
We've never had a guest before.
And it's so strange that I've been watching this. I've been seeing you guys do this.
Now you're part of it.
And now I'm part of it.
Does he dare call it a bucket list item? I don't know.
I think so, yeah.
I'm just thinking, though, the way the three of you have been doing it for ages, isn't this now a bit more Brady Bunch?
Well, that's why
we're open to it.
That's why we put you on the end, because I didn't want to swear.
Yeah.
So
Well,
Hold on.
We would have to put Jordan with the youngest one has curls.
Hey, ain't no curls there. let me tell you.
No, but he is the youngest one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, one of the things we wanted to talk about, with Dom obviously visiting from the UK, is just the differences between our countries and commonalities as well. Maybe things that we've discovered having Jordan and I were both there. Erin, you're going to be there
In March.
In March, yeah. So just the things that maybe you're looking forward to as well. And Dom, maybe things that you have noticed, differences maybe. So, I mean, let's start with you being the guest. What do you say?
Well, language is obviously, I think that's one of the biggest things that is different in terms of there's certain things you would say that which we wouldn't say, but you have this amazing ability to welcome people in really, really well. You know, you really embrace someone who's a visitor. Whereas I have to be honest, we're a bit more reserved. You know, so
Well, that stiff upper lip. That's that whole British thing.
It's still kind of there. We're very happy to chat and stuff, but you know, it's like, oh, you're from where? Right. And you're here because?
So, well, like yesterday, got to meet your friend Tim, who's on your trip with you, and I gave him a hug, and then later my husband was like, "You probably shouldn't have done that. Maybe he's not a hugger." And I'm like, I never think about that, but now we have to think about that, you know. Or is it okay to just run up and hug somebody? And I hate it. I'm a hugger.
I think that
Erin is a hugger.
Yeah, hugging's okay, but I mean, you know, on my journey here, I met a biker, and I was in one of your sort of like, you know, is it
He stopped the
translation?
He stopped the Kingdom City at one of
like
the
a gas station.
Yeah. The convenience store.
Where am I? 1972.
I want that to come back 5 times. Yes, please. That's what they need to be called.
But there's a picture of him with this biker. Yeah.
And there's a picture, and I said, hug.
No.
Get away from me.
And Dom was
trying to embrace your culture.
Dom was treated at the local hospital, and
He was released very early.
Not everyone is as open as Erin. I will say that.
No.
Yeah. I just want everybody to be happy. And
You just want everyone to get along.
I do. Is that so hard?
You know, I on the other hand, I don't mind hugging, but I don't like the hugs to get real close. Like I like sort of a butt out.
Kevin does what I call the hiney out hug, where even with me, I'd be like, bring it in, don't be weird. And we go to hug, and I can just feel him pulling away from me. And I'm like, you're making it weird now.
So my wife and I, we have this thing where, you know, we'll have a hug, but it takes a few moments before one of us will say, bit breathy.
What is the rule? Remember we were talking about this a while back.
10 seconds.
Is it 10? I thought it was
proper
6.
hug is supposed to be 10 seconds long.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm
And
telling
have you
you,
ever tried that? We
10
tried it on a former coworker of ours. And you could see, and somebody took a picture. It's very obvious he was getting very uncomfortable.
It's an eternity. A
10
hug
seconds
of
is a
10
long
seconds.
time.
Yeah.
I mean, you better take me out for a drink at that point, okay?
Yeah.
Anyone?
Oh, they're hugging.
1,
You can't.
2, 3, 4, 5,
Wow.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Okay.
Hold it in. 1, 2.
Okay, that was almost like consolation hug. Like, Dom, I'm really so sorry that happened to you. You know, that's what that was all about. You know, but no, I mean, but you know, the way we were talking about the way we talk, even you know, when I was in Ireland and England, I didn't know like if I want to use the restroom, I wasn't quite sure how to ask. So if I say to somebody, "Excuse me," like I didn't want to say. Is it the loo? Is it the WC? Is it the toilet? I didn't want to, first of all, I didn't feel comfortable saying toilet because it sounds so graphic.
It's like toilet.
The toilet.
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 Okay. Why not?
Well, I don't know. It just sounds,
What it is.
so, but anyway, I didn't want to say either, where's your bathroom? Because I don't want somebody saying, why, do you want to take a bath? No.
But you'd be very welcome if you did.
So I think I ended up with the loo most of the time, because that was everybody seemed to...
Which is weird, because when he went to Paris, he said, I'd like to know where the loo is. And they went, what, where the Mona Lisa is? That's the loo.
That's the loo.
Yes.
You Americans.
You guys.
Earlier, we had Dom on Hilly and Hart this morning, and we played a game that we played the last time you were here, which is What's That British Chap Saying?
Right.
And what I love is you guys have, seriously, like charming words for certain things. I love that.
Yeah, I mean, but it's, if you ask us, if you ask us what is the origin of it,
yes,
we're like, don't ask that bit.
Yeah.
I can't. I mean, if I say I'm chuffed, and you're like, well, I'm sure you can see a doctor. And it's like
there is a cream for that.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a happy thing, right? That's a happy thing. It's
Chaff, not shade.
Yes.
Well, I mean, even just the way you make everything sound better. For instance, I'm not coming into work today. Why? I'm feeling a bit unwell. Unwell sounds so like...
No. We go under the weather.
Oh,
that's
what's
even
the
better.
Because we're obsessed
Okay.
with the weather. So, of course, it would be,
To me-
we're under the weather.
But unwell sounds so much better than, I'm sick. I don't feel good. I'm sick.
Yeah.
Sick's too harsh.
Unwell is like very classy. It's very
It is.
classy.
Saying
way.
holiday instead of vacation, I love that one too.
Dom's
Yes.
on holiday right now.
Exactly.
I am, yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
I like that better than vacation. To me, vacation is like, holiday sounds more fun.
Vacation means you're vacating. You're vacating where you live. It's almost like you're being kicked out.
Being
Get out of the
evicted.
country, George.
Yes.
It's a much harsher word.
Yes. But just listening to the tone of his voice,
Very
his
soothing.
accent. I know.
We need to make a ringtone with Dom.
We do.
Maybe
We
a
do.
bedtime sound too. All right, Aaron, it's time to go. Let me hear you say, Aaron, it's time to go to bed now.
Aaron, it's time to go to bed.
See?
See, wouldn't
I'm
you love
already
to end your day with
relaxed.
that?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, your husband's gonna be like, what is that?
Yeah.
What is that all about?
It's part of my relaxation.
That's right.
I hope he doesn't see the hug.
Too late.
Aaron,
Too long.
Aaron has an alarm. She just calls Dom. She's like, it's story time, Dom. I need you to go to bed.
I need 5 minutes of your time. Please read me a tale.
Tell your husband, hey, don't look at the KATcast this week. You don't want to see it. It's
Just
boring.
skip it.
You're
It's-
gonna. You know.
Nothing good will come of it.
But I mean, just get down with your.
No, I'm just saying that, but you guys are giving me all the, plaudits and saying, wow, your accent, and I'm like, yeah, keep going. No, but I love your accents. I love the American voice. I like the fact, different parts of the country, there's different shades of sound, and the same with us. I mean, you'll meet someone like when we were on the boat trip that we did. We were all on a boat trip, and there was someone who was from a different part of the country. And for me, I'm like, wow, that's a really different English voice. And thinking that person's first impression of that is the English voice. Whereas I'm kind of, maybe it's the BBC thing, I'm quite BBC, sound.
Very radio proper. Yeah.
But you hear these accents and you just think, this is fantastic. All this incredible, where does it all come from? Why have we all got these certain types of way of speaking?
Yeah.
It's brilliant.
I half expected somebody on the boat, when obviously they heard you, they know you're from England, and when they said, there's somebody else from England, I half expected one of them to say, you're both from England. Do you know each other? No.
I mean,
it's a big country.
To be fair, I almost, invited him out for a duel. Because it was like, no, there's only one Englishman on this boat. Do not steal my thunder. What are you doing?
When we were in England, actually in Ireland too, a couple times, because again, when we're there, our accent sticks out like anything. And somebody would say, where are you from? They'd hear me. Where are you from? I go, America. Duh. First thing I caught myself, Missouri. Okay. Where is Missouri? It's in the middle of the country. Okay. That was the best I could come up with. Where are you from? America.
Oh, that's great.
Come on.
It's funny. Like I never really thought about it until you actually look at like the dialect of like the different. So like you got the proper English, and then you have like the Americanized English. We turn T's into D's. Did you know that? Like that's what we do. For example,
That's true. That's true.
So
he enunciates the T's. I'm saying you since you're the example
American
today, Dom.
English, like we turn T's into D's. We speak kind of like like really quick, so we don't enunciate like all those. So that's kind of like the difference. So like because for like one of my friends had to take like some English dialect in college, and that's what they told him. They're like, yeah, for some reason Americans like
pronounce
to
your
turn
T's
T's into D's.
It's true.
Like
So
they
Really?
do. Yeah.
And so you would say he was elected. Whereas he was elected.
We were elected.
Yeah.
That's what we say.
Yeah.
That's what we say.
wow.
So we just speak quicker, I guess. We just don't worry
And
about
there are
the-
certain words too where they're spelled differently, like color, COLOUR.
Right. Yeah.
Whereas
Yeah.
we leave off the U.
You, yeah.
Recognize.
Are you just saving time?
Maybe.
If I just don't write that one letter, look at the life I can live.
Oh, that's almost as bad as people who put instead of okay they put K. Really? You couldn't take the time for one letter before that? Really?
That's how I know the husband's mad if I just get back a K. That's how you know you're in trouble.
You don't want to see K.
No.
But I mean, like recognize. We put a Z. You
Yeah.
put an S.
No, we put a Z. We wouldn't put a Z.
You put a Z. The Z. That is what it is.
okay.
It's not a Z.
Yeah.
A Z.
Yeah.
No, we put a
sure,
Z.
but I'm
Okay.
I'm saying to you, you're saying Z.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Z.
Z. Right.
This is the thing.
Stop confusing
Yeah.
me.
Another one that I
Yeah.
love is aluminum. You say aluminium, right?
Aluminium.
Wow.
Yeah.
That sounds like a brand new.
It just sounds so
element.
fancy.
It sounds cooler than
Yeah.
American English.
Whereas I think aluminum sounds like, we're about to take off into space. Aluminum.
Aluminum.
The other one was SHALLOTS.
SHA.
LLOTS. The thing that's sort of like clams.
Oh, okay. Well, the way you're spelling it sounds like shallots.
Shallots.
Well, that's onion.
We say shallots.
Shallots.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Shallots.
Yeah, that's what we say,
I
shallots.
quite like shallots. Whereas, even things like yesterday I ordered shrimp.
Yeah. You say
That's prawns.
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 But
I've
that's
heard
the
that
same in
too.
Australia. Australia
They say
says prawns. Yeah.
Although they never threw the shrimp on the barbie in Australia. That's complete fabrication. We know that. It's prawns.
Last night at our house, Tim and Dom and I, we were watching Conan O'Brien's Australian lesson with the Australian dialect coach.
Oh, yes.
It's hilarious. And she tells him, no, we don't say shrimp on the Barbie. We say prawns, and we don't drink Fosters. He goes, Conan says, I feel like I've been lied to my whole life.
Yeah.
But even a caller on the show, that we were on today, went into an Australian accent. I'm like, that's another colony. What are you doing? I'm already lucky I'm here.
The colony.
They still haven't forgiven me.
That was the other day. But, okay.
I think it was nerves.
On a somewhat
Nerves.
serious note, I'm glad you brought that up because, we separated from England and, the Revolutionary War and everything. And there was such animosity between us. Isn't it amazing what incredible allies we are now?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, England is our closest ally. And we're kind of like brothers who had an awful fight and there was a rift between us. And then slowly, okay, we made up. And that's kind of what it's like.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That shared experience that we all have, and the fact
think
that
so.
we and these days TV shows are all very much the same.
Mm.
So we're all seeing the stuff. Years ago, I remember something coming out from America or a film. It was like 6 months it would take to get to us.
Right.
Because we're quite slow.
Now we're all watching the same shows.
But now we're all watching the same shows. We're all enjoying that.
July 4th, we celebrate Treason Day. It's,
Yeah. He had to go there.
We did.
That's like the
We
great
did.
we were all
Bake
getting
Off.
along so well. Yeah.
The Great British Bake Off is like
Yeah.
that's like the most streamed show here in the United States.
Everyone
Like
loves it.
everyone loves
Great
that.
British Bake Off. Love
Which, to
it.
be fair, it's fantastic. My wife's the same way. She's like, I've binged every season multiple times.
You can have the worst day on earth, but it's like American reality TV. It's cutthroat. It's dirty. It's,
It's
how
true.
can you get one up on somebody?
That's no doubt.
Whereas the Great British Bake Off, they're all such great friends and what's so, somebody's behind. Well, hang on. I'm done with mine. I'm going to go help them.
Yeah.
That would never
Are
happen on
you
an American
kidding?
show, and
They
they're
will
just
cut off your legs in an American
Right. You know?
competition.
And it's not even like they don't even win money at the end. It's like just recognition, which is like
It's just
we're
bragging
all about-
rights?
yeah,
It's
we're all
like a
about
glass.
$3
It's like a glass
million,
cake stand. It's a glass cake
Yeah.
stand, and accolades. That's
Wow.
it. Americans would never be on a show like that. They want big bucks.
Well, get done.
No, I'm just glad it translates. Because,
Yeah.
I always worry that these shows don't translate. I don't want to always tell you about my soggy bottom, but when it comes to a
Soggy bottom.
We don't want that. That's
We
a
did.
bad.
We didn't have to go there.
I just
It
want
was
to know how to become a judge on one of those shows. You know what I mean? I'm like, what do I? All I have to do is eat food, delicious,
Yeah.
professionally
I
made food.
want to be Peru and Paul. I just want to go and I want to try everybody's
I know.
stuff.
Speaking
Yeah.
of food, one of the things that we've said before I went over there, especially, like, American portions are so huge, and in other countries they serve such. That is not true. I had a couple of times the fish and chips over there, and I'm telling you, this cod was bigger than my head, and they brought it out, and my wife and I were sitting next to each other, going, I'm supposed to eat this right now? I did, but
Yeah.
Do I tell him?
Go ahead. Yeah.
You know where we had that fish and chips?
where?
It was in a place called Dungeness. You know the
Yes.
Dungeness crab?
Yes.
Behind you, which I didn't show you, there was a nuclear power station.
That's why then. Wow. Well, still delicious. And fortunately, I'm okay from it.
Yeah.
You fish.
Hilly, like we've said before, you've got a cast iron stomach. You can handle anything,
true.
and we have no issues.
Can I just tell
Yep,
you about?
please
so
do.
this is a place where this is a place where you have this world famous, pretty much, fish and chips in this place, which I took Hilly to, and it was fantastic. And
It was amazing.
in this place, they serve this fish and chips, and everyone has the same reaction if they've never been there before, which is, wow, look at the size of this place. Only Hilly would do, this is amazing. What's your soup of the day?
And what did I have? Do you remember?
Mushroom soup.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't clam chowder.
No.
No, because Aaron,
because they didn't have it.
That is an ongoing joke with me. We'll tell it. We got to tell it in a second.
Sure.
But
They sold,
mushroom.
they sold
it was so
they
good.
sold
though.
out of what he wanted, which was that kind of chowder.
So
but-
there we were in New York. We had just won the Marconi Award, and the biggest night of our
Highest
lives,
accolade
biggest
ever.
night of our professional
Yes.
lives, right? And we're let's go celebrate. We're with our former program director. We're there. Let's go celebrate.
Yeah, and so we stopped at this little Irish pub, and okay, we're gonna order dinner because eating dinner at the ceremony wasn't enough for Hilly. That was just an appetizer. So everybody's ordering. They get to Hilly. He goes, I'm gonna have a crab cake and a bowl of clam chowder. And I'm like, you just ordered literally the most old man meal possible on the biggest night of your life. That is what you're choosing.
The biggest old man meal.
A crab cake and
Clam chowder.
We're like, so of course me and Aaron are like,
Did
"Do
you want
some-"
a bedtime
she's
with
like,
that?
You want some prune juice?
Yeah.
here's your bowl of raisin bran.
I mixed you up your Metamucil. Here you go.
We were talking about cereal once, and we were talking about favorite cereals, and she says, if you tell me, what was it,
Gosh. No, it was grape nuts. If you tell me grape nuts is your favorite cereal,
and
we're
you
done.
like to mix,
and you like to warm it up with milk, we're done.
we're done.
We're done. 'Cause that's a pretty old man meal.
I just love that. Let's celebrate crab cakes and
Clam chowder.
but you were happy.
Yes.
Was I ever? Oh my God.
He was very happy with this very beige meal. He was very happy.
Is there anything, Dom, that since you've been here, like food-wise, that you wanted to have, like, when I get there, I'm gonna try to have some of this, or have you pretty much had everything? And
Yeah, I mean, I visited with you before, so
Yeah.
I got to experience. But barbecue is always a really great.
Can you get barbecue around there? Out your way? I mean, like the same way it is
We are
here?
we're starting to do stuff like
Yeah.
that, and
Yeah.
people will have it, but not in the same way you guys do. You know,
Right.
This
where
is
you
a-
go into places.
This is the best place to do it too, because Kansas City's known for barbecue.
And that's
yeah.
your
We,
next
like,
stop.
invented
So,
barbecue.
Yeah, we're gonna be doing a barbecue place for lunch today
Yeah,
too.
so,
it's-
we know how to do it around here.
That's where we're going to next.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited about that.
Yes.
But I
Yeah.
have asked the RAF whether they have a Chinook helicopter that's big enough to pull me up as I've eaten my last bit of barbecue. I'm like, bye, America.
See you in another 11 years. That's so great. Yeah, and because Dom was here in 2013, and it's been it's funny the way we connected actually, because I was telling Aaron, and Aaron already knows, but like I like seeing radio stations from other countries online. I would listen once in a while, and I came across Dom's. And I actually sent you either.
Well, we would listen in our office,
Right.
And just as we were kind of show prepping for the next day, or if we had to do reports or whatever, and we would turn him on.
And I sent either an email or a Facebook message. I'm not sure what.
Yeah.
But of me with a map behind me pointing to Missouri. I say, hey, here's where we are. We're, cat country and blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. And he got back to me. And I guess you mentioned it on your show.
It was great because this was, 11 years ago. This was when this was still an early adopting thing for people to go on Facebook and stuff.
Right, sure.
So to actually have someone listening from outside of your country is always a joy, isn't it?
Yeah,
yes.
Whenever there's someone around the world, So that's how it happened.
So this was again, it had to be maybe 2012, something like that. Mm-hmm. And just a short time after that, so we're now, friends online and everything. And Don goes, hey, I'm going to come visit you guys. Okay. I don't really know you, but you're welcome to, and that was great.
And we're glad we did.
Yeah.
And that's really nice.
It was really
that's
cool.
Why it's taken 11 years.
He's like, I don't know if I want to go back.
I was telling the husband that story, and he goes, so let me get this straight. He goes, he didn't really know you guys. You didn't know him. And he just got on a plane and came here. He goes, do you know how much faith that takes?
But you know
Leap of
what?
faith right
I'll
there.
tell you the connecting thing with that was radio.
Yeah.
We all, radio
yes,
people,
we're all stone cold weirdos.
It's
but
true.
We're super nice.
we didn't know him personally,
right.
But we knew what he sounded like on the air. Mm-hmm. He knew what we sounded like. Mm-hmm. So it was pretty safe. None of us were serial killers.
No. Nobody's catfishing anybody.
Right. Yeah.
You can't, I think, when you're on a radio show, and we are just who we are, we talk like this outside. I don't go out and go, hello. It's the same voice. And I think that it's a radio family. It doesn't matter how fast. And it comes back to what we said about, that special relationship. I know people say it, and it's a bit of a cliche.
No, it's true.
The truth is that, we are pretty much the same.
It is true. I mean, you are a part of our radio family. We love you. And this trip is already going way too fast.
Yeah.
Now. So, we need to, Aaron will be on the other side of the pond in where is it, in January?
March.
March.
We'll be in Ireland.
In Ireland. That's going to be really cool. So, but at one point, you need to come back. Don't make it 11 years.
No.
Well, and at one point, the husband and I, we need to plan a trip to England.
Yeah.
To see you.
For sure.
My sister-in-law, her Nana lives in Margate.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
And that's right near him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yes.
Amazing.
Mary. We love our Mary.
Forget this.
But you know what?
Yeah.
I will tell you, Dom gave the greatest tour, and he gave a tour of his local area where he lives. I saw the radio where the radio is, but then he lives kind of away from there, and his hometown there. It was a spectacular tour. I mean, the detail of everything. He was giving me the history of places, and here's what it meant here, and just taking me from place to place. We were eating it along. It was an eating tour as well, But it was just the detail you gave was so amazing. So I said, if you weren't in this business, you could probably be a really good local tour guide.
And I said to him, yeah, that's really kind of you. Now, here's your bill.
Well, I joked for the first time that Dom came to visit us that, Hilly loaded him up and just took him down Missouri Boulevard. We got a Walmart. There's a Taco Bell, Dairy Queen, Burger King. But no, he took you to the state capitol.
Amazing.
Which we have, I'm not going to lie, the most beautiful.
We really
state
do.
capitol
Yeah. We're a little
in the
biased,
US.
but,
Yeah, it's gorgeous. Where all did we take you? We took you all over the place.
They took me to the former penitentiary.
Yes.
Yes.
That's right.
Yeah.
We did. You got to see the old MSP when you're in town.
I mean, I was a bit worried.
Yeah.
Didn't know it was an actual visitor attraction at the time.
He just thought we were going to go visit somebody.
Yeah.
Did we go downtown at all? Yeah, like High Street and all?
Yeah, I believe so.
You took him to your dad's hangout.
Oh.
The AmVets.
Oh, AmVets down in Mocaine.
That
Yeah.
was amazing.
Yeah, that's where my dad is from originally.
And they have tokens, don't they, there?
You can buy somebody a drink and you get a little token.
And he said, right, I knew, so your dad's amazing, right? He's a man mountain.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm a short stack. and he gave me this token right at the end of the visit with him there. And he said, for the next time you come back, like that. and in his accent, obviously not mine. And I just thought, that's really kind. And then I knew I'd made it at that point because he was like, "You're okay."
Yeah. That's kind of
That
like
was
dad.
And Dom
Dad
said
speak
something
for you.
interesting too, that the people and the veterans that he met in there, they were very similar to people that you've hung around with in your area.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and that and even just, I mean, I'm always amazed about your military backgrounds here, and I think again that comes back to why we as two different countries are very connected.
Yeah.
Just because of that sense of military, and obviously Winston Churchill and all the rest. It all goes back to that point. But yeah, there's something amazing about individuals and their military service and who they are. And I've spent a lot of time, as you guys know, that being out with service people, especially in Afghanistan. And
Sure. Oh, yeah.
That's amazing to me.
Dom has stories about Afghanistan and everything that we could
incredible.
probably spend a whole other podcast on, quite honestly. But Dom, what's a good way if somebody's watching right now and they go, "Hey, I want to know more about this guy, Dominic King"? What's a good way to listen to you, to get in touch with you? Maybe you just give me the details and we'll have it on the screen here.
Yeah. Okay. So probably the best way is that because you can listen to my output.
We
still.
absolutely, yeah.
So BBC Sounds is where you listen to my program. You just type in my name. Fancy.
It is fancy.
But yeah, and on socials, I'm Dom King Live.
And you're on 10 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Yeah.
in UK,
So
which
we call
is
that
like
a daytime show.
Right. So you're on basically the same time as Hilly and Hard are. So don't listen to him then. Because,
I was gonna say Dom
My
gets to
listening
sleep in a
figures.
bit.
but you do actually have a podcast where it repeats your show, right?
Yeah, and that's part of the BBC Sounds, so you can literally go on and listen
That's
back
awesome.
at any time for.
That's
a
really
month or
cool.
so,
Yeah.
All right. Very good. Well, it is such a pleasure to have you on the KATcast today, Dom. Yeah.
Do you know, this has been an honour to be here with me. I'm joking. It's just, see, once we had Monty Python, we couldn't let it. It's like Pandora out of the box. We've always got a joke. That's how we get around the world, you see.
And
We
of
just
course.
joke and be charming and stuff.
And we got him in full cat swag too.
And now for something completely different.
Where's that Bigfoot?
That's exactly. If you want to reach us, it's catcountry@mailzimmer.com. And thanks for joining us for this edition of the KATcast.
Goodbye.
Bye.